Hello everybody and welcome to my review of the Red Whips by Think Tank. Now first of all, they come in a pack of 12, but you're gonna in the pack you're gonna have 10 of the smaller ones here, the ones they call regular size, and 2 of the longer size ones like this one here. Let me show you here the difference. There you go. Now according to the specs, they should measure the longer ones 7.5 inches and the shorter ones, the regular length ones, 6 inches. I have measured them. These ones, the longer ones, they seem to be about bang on the their measurement, the length. Whereas these, they seem to be about half an inch shorter than what they say there. But you know what? That's not a problem. They're long enough and they do the job really well. So that's the main thing, really. Let me show you now. I mean, the reason why I really like them is because they're really easy to use, and you can tie it. You can tie anything from a small, from a small iPhone cable to something larger like, like an extension lead, and you can do anything you like with them. Really, there's so many different ways in which you can use them, and using them is incredibly easy. So let me show you here with this iPhone cable. Let me pull that out first of all. Now, as you can see there, you've got the toggle at the top there. It's elastic, the cord here. So all you do, you can wrap it up whichever way you like. Just wrap it up quickly. And you pop that around, put the toggle through there. Okay, and then you pull the string, you see, and then you just put it, and you're done. It takes a second, so it's really easy. And the best part is that once again, you can do something as small as that and something as big as that one there, and there's no problem. Now, you could of course, use velcro ties instead, like these, velcro straps like these. Now, the reason why I prefer these instead is the main reason is that I find them much quicker and easier to use. So for example, if you had to do the same thing with the Velcro one, and do bear in mind the Velcro ones I use are the basic ones, and let me show you what I mean now. So you need to, undo that. So you kind of need to hold the cable, and then you need to find a way to, you need to hold it now with your thumb, and you just the cable pops out, and you need to kind of try and go around there. And it is a bit annoying. I find it a bit more frustrating to use, not as quick as the other ones. So that does annoy me. Also, these, I've had them for quite a while, these Velcro straps here. And as you can see, they're all frayed at the edges there. They all kind of sort of like coming apart a little bit. But once again, they're quite cheap. I got them off Amazon, so I wasn't expecting, top quality really. But FYI, so in terms of how long they last you, these might not last you as long, And the other thing that annoys me is that if you need to do anything, bigger, like these cables here, well, you need to start, what you have to do there, you need to attach multiple ones together, which is fine, but I find it much easier with these instead. And also the fact that if you're doing anything smaller, like a small little cable like that, I find it much easier with these than using the Velcro straps. Now, the other thing I like is that once you've been using the say the normal Velcro straps for a while, they get all, you see, as you can see there, they don't really hold the shape straight anymore, of course. And the problem with that is that, whereas with these, you can just bundle them all together like that, and if you keep the toggles all on the same side there, like that, really quickly, you can just tie them together, okay? And once you've done that, you're done. You just pop them in your bag and you're sorted. And when you need them, it's really quick. You just pull one out and you're done. You could, of course, do something similar with these. Matter of fact, when you buy them, they normally stack together on top of, on top of each other like that. And you can then kind of sort of like pull them off as you need them. But the truth is, once you use them for a while, that becomes quite difficult. And the other thing is that the other thing which I find quite annoying is that, especially with a camera bag, which is all, where Velcro sticks everywhere, when you pull them off, you put them in the bag, they will stick to everything. Whereas these, they just don't. So you can just chuck them in the bag anywhere, and as you need them, you can have it in your pocket if you like, and you can just whip one out and you're done. The reason why I prefer these cable ties, you know, these red whips as opposed to say these standard Velcro straps, is because I find these much quicker and easier to use. So, you know, when you're working, you need to deliver some work. You know, you're under loads of pressure. You need to work quickly. I think they make your life much easier, and it's much easier to work with them. You can you can organize, you can use them to organize pretty much anything, and that is why I tend to prefer these to Velcro straps. Say that if you need loads of them, you don't want to spend a huge amount of money on them. Well, these you can find them much cheaper, say about half the price. So if you go on Amazon, you can find loads of them, and you can find them much cheaper than you'd find these ones. Now, do bear in mind though, if you're gonna go for the top quality Velcro straps, I looked it up, and you will find that the price will be about the same as these. In which case, I would definitely buy these over the Velcro straps. So that once again, if you need many of them, you can also buy off Amazon. You can buy rolls of Velcro. And you can just then cut them to whichever size you want. Which once again, there could be a perk, especially if you have something that's much thicker to that needs to be fastened down. And also you will find better ones than the one I have. You can find some of them with a little bit of a hook on one side, which will make it much easier to use them. But of course, those will be a bit more expensive. In which case, once again, I'd rather use these. So Velcro, you can find them cheaper, not always. So if you need them cheap and you need loads of them, you're not too fast about how quick they are to use. You can maybe buy the Velcro ones instead. But I personally prefer these, and one good way to go will be what I do, which is that even though I would prefer to only use these, at the moment I've got both. So I use these for cables and stuff that I don't use as often, stuff that's just stored in my studio, and I've got plenty of these, and they're just cheap, and I'm just gonna use them for that. But whenever I'm doing a job or whatever, any cables I bring with me, and cables that I use often, I'm gonna use these instead. So I put a mix of both really, but ideally I do way prefer these ones. I really hope you've enjoyed the review. I find these cable ties to be amazing. I love them, and I would definitely recommend them to you. Whether you buy these or you go with the Velcro ones, whatever you do, will also depend on your budget and what you need them for and how you work and your own preference. But I love these, so definitely if you were thinking of buying them, go for it. They're great. And once again, I do hope you've enjoyed the review, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.